Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, March 10th, 2022, and you can find this Nick is Definitely a SWTOR podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away. You can also watch me completely murder shit playing video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
You can find the both of us on Twitter at MarcusB814.
I am at Nick Vern, that's NICKVERN, and this week's episode, we're talking about Star Wars The Old Republic's 7.0 expansion notes with the best snack food in the entire galaxy. Also, a Nerds Community All-Star, it's Doritos! So, Doritos, thank you for coming back on the show, and what have you been up to?
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, that was great. I got a call about 3 hours ago saying, Marcus, like, hey, would you mind coming on the podcast? What are you doing? I'm driving home. Why? What?
So that is such bullshit. I called you and said, hey.
Wait, hold on. You know how I know that's true? Because that's how Marcus operates. Because this app, like at lunchtime, he called me and he goes, all right, I think Doritos is going to come on the show. I'm like, okay. Before he called you.
So he knows I don't do anything else other than play video games in the evening, so it's all good.
Yep.
No, how it went down was I said, I'm going to ask Doritos. I'm going to call him at the end of the day. I called him and said, hey. He said, hey. I said, what are you doing tonight? He goes, nothing. I said, great. You want to come on Working Class Nerds? He said, hell yeah. I said, great. We'll send you the notes. We're going to record around 8:30. Sound good? Sound good? Yep. Slap on the ass. Good game. And here we are.
Indeed. So what have I been up to? Let's see, IRL, it's a pain in the butt. Work sucks. I'm tired of it. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Do you really?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. Sometimes you actually don't have to.
But then let's see. I have been doing the daily grind in SWTOR. Continue with the joy of 7.0. That is what it is.
You mean game update 6.5?
Something like that, yes. Then, let's see. So, due to the loveliness that it is, I've been going back and replaying some older games on more difficult levels. Horizon Zero Dawn on very hard mode just for some funs. Then just dabbling in a few other games.
That's exciting. How is it on very hard? Or
it's not. It's there's no. To me, there's no difference. Once you've beat it once and you've gone through the expansion, you've got those weapons from the Blue Gleam weapons. It's like, oh, look, things take the same amount of hits anyway, so it's really no difference.
I getcha. Are you playing on like a New Game Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I should go back and do that. That sounds fun. Because you start the plot over with all the good guns, right? Or
yeah,
good
you start off you start off the story at the beginning, but with all the gear from what you just finished off. So it's like
you just insta kill everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
A buddy of mine just sent me this, and he said, check out this list, and it's complete bullshit. It's the 10 best open world games. Number 1, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. True. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. True.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Theft Auto 5. True. Red Dead Redemption 2. True.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, a little too new to put in the top 10 best, but okay, true.
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas, who cares? Elder Scrolls Skyrim, worst game ever.
Oh my god.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, And then Horizon Forbidden West. What about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Well,
like Horizon Forbidden West
Forbidden
came
West
out like a week ago.
Yeah, I feel like that's a touch too soon. Same thing with Elden Ring, but
and then Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. What about the original fucking Spider-Man?
Well, I think that's kind of included. It's like because they said the Wild Hunt for The Witcher 3 also. That's the DLC.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably including. They probably mean like the base game plus that DLC. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
I just derailed whatever conversation we were having because I just was saying fuck off to my buddy. Those are not the best games.
Those are definitely that's
there are at least
where
5 of them on the list that I would definitely consider some of the top open world games.
Yeah,
so,
Skyrim is the worst ever.
Yeah, never played it. Not in a hurry to play it.
Well, I mean, you have to like accept that it's got dated graphics and stuff, but
no,
wait, bro, you can get mods for that shit, and it's like
pretty close.
It's amazing.
Mario's got dated graphics.
Well, yeah, Mario's got
Star Wars: The Old Republic has dated graphics.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as much now, so that's part of the problem. Like now I'm like completely spoiled on graphics.
Yeah, because Destiny is from 2017, but it looks like it could have come out like this year.
Oh, I should send you bitches this. Anyways, Doritos, what else have you been doing?
That's pretty much about it. Just trying to spend some more fam time as we can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just kind of going through the motions feels like sometimes.
I hear that.
I feel like before kids, you think you're busy and you really are not busy. Like busy to you is FaceTiming 12 girls at once and then laying on the couch, right? Right. Like I can't concentrate. Where like busy for Doritos and I, it's like literally you get out of work and it's just mayhem. When when you're walking through the door of your house, it's mayhem.
Oh yeah. Well, I got an hour drive to and from work, so I get the debrief and decompress time. So I hear how'd school go and this and all this kind of stuff from my wife. So I'm prepped when I walk in the door of, okay, we're going to sit down with you and go over your homework because you screwed up and you didn't follow the instructions again, and you need to finish. Period.
Yep.
I felt like I needed to put my hat backwards. It's a go full douche mode, For if you're talking about me FaceTiming with like 12 different girls or whatever.
I just feel like you're living your best life.
Well, I'm trying.
Yeah, of course. You can't meet the one of your dreams by not talking to them all.
You
got to cast a wide net to catch, the best fish.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Right.
They're all crazy and you got
to sort through which flavor crazy you can work with. But
yeah. Anyway, Doritos.
Yep.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you enjoying the SWTOR expansion?
I enjoyed the story probably about a 7.
Okay.
The gear grind is in whole numbers probably a 5. Not a, and we'll get into. I think they're going to do some good with update 7.1. So we'll get into what that says here in a little bit. But that's been frustrating to say the least. As far as what you can, the play your way, as long as you play within the sandbox that we're going to give you with half the toys, the broken shovel, and the water that doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, like the combat changes are so limiting that it feels like you're not really doing fun stuff.
Oh no, the combat changes aren't the issue. It's the way they are limiting you to the content they want you to play, even though they have said time and again, we want you to play your way.
Right. I see what you mean.
That was 6.0.
Now they said it 2 and 7.0.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to do all the stuff you want, and there will be these focus things when it comes to flashpoints and ops and all this and the group finder. But then you go to do the stuff but I don't want to do this. I want to do these other things, and you're limited.
I get you. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Marcus, what have you been up to?
I was just about to ask you the exact same question.
It's like it's written in the script or something.
No, you always go first.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was feeling creative. Just
so did I talk about day one rating?
No,
I didn't last week.
Maybe you did.
You mentioned it, but you didn't go into a whole lot of it.
Oh no! When was the 5th? Hold on. That was Saturday.
5 days ago.
That was last Saturday.
Oh yeah, so I didn't.
You did not talk about any day one rating.
Well then, let's get into it.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
Well, so
wait. Which game were you talking about?
Destiny.
Which one? The second one or the first one?
I've never played the first one because they didn't put it on the PC.
I know.
So I know you know. I know you know. Anyway, I put together a day one rating team in the 11th hour. There's 6 people to a raid team. As the raid came closer, so Bungie does something called World's First race. It's a race to see who can beat the raid the first time on day one. And the way it works is the servers go down, they do their reset, and at noon, the servers come back up. But at 1:00, the raid unlocks. And when the raid unlocks, for the next 24 hours, it's something called contest mode, where everybody goes in 20 light levels lower than what the enemies are. Everything hits harder. It's basically Nightmare Kephis for every enemy.
Interesting. So every enemy is really hard to kill.
Right, exactly. So you have to play well. And so we I scrounged, dude, it was a lot of work. First and foremost, organizing a team of 6 people on day one, because people have been playing this game forever and they already have their day one team. And it's hard to not, it's hard to find players who don't have a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The people play, but then also don't have a team is like a in-between group of people.
Right. So anyway, from a combination of myself, Ven, and Kat, Master Wabbit, he's an AIE guy. And then one of Ven's friends came. And then at the 11th hour, we got Melody. Oh my God. I forget his fucking name.
While you're looking, how long did it take you to get from like 13 and change gear to the 15, whatever you are now?
So the key to that is you put Melby 2009. So he was our 11th hour pickup, like an hour before the raid. We found him through the Marcus B Gaming community, and he joined. Nick, if you do the legendary campaign,
yep,
for Witch Queen, you get a set of 15-20 gear, blue gear. It's just shit gear. You would put your regular gear in it. Yeah. But for you, I would tell you just to enjoy the game. Don't stress about gear. Play it, learn it. You know, if you really want to gear grind, you're going to have to play a lot. So it's basically a commitment thing. But to play the story, you'll gear up slowly but surely. What this game does that's really, really good is, like, let's say you're 1350 and you get a 1370 chest piece. You don't have to equip it. As long as it's sitting in your inventory, the game knows that is
more.
Right. It'll give you higher gear.
Oh,
the game's smarter than me. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only the other game was like that, that'd be nice.
Whatever. I'm not shooting any fires right now.
I think you just combined two sayings. Shooting any fires.
I meant lighting any fires right now.
Right.
I was too thirsty. Okay.
Why are you so thirsty?
Dude, I ate so much Chinese food. So my neighbors are our age or close to. They moved in next door. They have a young daughter. We have young kids, and they started. Anyways, so my neighbor was like, I want Chinese food. I was like, well, I could fucking eat Chinese food. Next thing you know, he's ordering $151 worth of Chinese food.
Oh my God.
He shows up with a fucking cardboard box full of fucking Chinese food. And we just ate, like, I think I ate 4 egg rolls, an entire tub of pork fried rice, chicken finger, the pan seared wontons, General Tso's.
Wontons, you mean dumplings?
Dumplings, that's what I meant.
Those are great.
Yes. With lots of soy sauce.
Oh my God.
And a lot of duck sauce. And there was something else. I don't remember, but it's a lot of MSG.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like, so my salt content right now is at like overload. I feel like my entire body is dehydrated and I'm wilting away.
Are you like itchy almost?
No, I'm not itchy. I'm just like my tongue, like I can feel. I already drank one full liquid IV and I'm on my second bottle of water and I'm still thirsty as shit.
Your pee's gonna be like orange.
I don't give a fuck.
I know.
I'll just drink more water. I'll be pooping water tomorrow. I'm going to drink so much. You know what I mean?
Perfect. That means you're hydrated.
Yes, exactly. So anyway,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yes. So I day 1 raided. So the first part of the raid, you're on like. Do you guys ever play Overwatch?
I have, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know the payload?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thing. So picture that, and it's like a mini pyramid, and it's the exact same thing. It drives a little bit. You have to shoot a bunch of things, people that come. You jump back on the payload. It goes through. Blah blah blah. Okay. That's how you get to the raid pyramid where you're going in.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go in and we find our way to this room, and there's 3 sections with 3 towers and like 3 ruins, and they're just tall towers, and one of the ruin things has 3 empty logo spots on it, each one. So there's 3. There's 26 different icons that are in this area, and they're like all pictures of shit. So nobody has ever seen this. And as soon as they made it, somebody went and made a Reddit like picture of it and gave them like quick names.
Yeah.
For what they were, which was pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like, thank you very much for doing that. And so long story short is we spent 5.5 hours trying to do this one fight. And it's not even a fight. It's just a puzzle.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And like I was playing like so it was 3 teams of 2 in one area. My teammate was Master Wabbit. He had the dopest dope guns. He was getting like 65 kills and I was getting 3.
Wow.
When we were all wiping, or like 10, right?
Yeah.
If I hit double digits, I was going great. So now when the raid fight started, I stopped shooting shit. I'm like, there's no point, because I was the runner. I had to like do the job and kill the thing.
Right.
And because of that, I just got to kill stuff. That's it. I mean, just got to kill the main things.
Yeah.
By the time we figured,
you didn't have to do any ad control, right?
No, because this guy was doing all the work. I didn't have to do shit.
Yeah.
Master Wabbit did damage.
Yeah.
And but after 5 hours, by the end of the 5 hours, we figured it out.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the team wasn't good enough, because the team was definitely good enough. I think if you're going to go in day 1 rating, I'll give an example compared to SWTOR.
Yeah.
If I did not get burnt out from SWTOR, our working class Siths team would have gone into this new raid that's coming on day 1 and done really well in hard mode. I believe, because we were we had a cohesive bond, right?
Yeah.
We played enough together where Marcus, and that means Marcus taunt. You know what I mean? Like little noises or little sayings, it would just work. But when you're going into a day 1 raid in Destiny and not everybody plays together and nobody knows anything, people will know these fights for SWTOR because it's been on the PTS now. So there's going to be certain people that already know the mechanics of the fights when you go in. Some may not. But nobody knows this going into these raids. So going and watching some of the Twitch streams, because it started at 1 p.m. and I started watching, and we didn't raid until 8:30 at night. Because obviously we weren't I couldn't start at 1 o'clock, but people were willing to go 24 hours straight. I'll explain why in a second. But long story short, I had a great time. It was such a cool experience to say I was there. The next day 1 raid, I feel like I will be better prepared to see the content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like understand what you're going into. Because like you guys know, until you see something, you don't actually know what you're expecting. You know what I mean? Like if I was going in day one to a Nightmare Raid in SWTOR, I would know exactly what I was walking into. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was so much fun. I can't thank Melby. I can't remember the other. It's like Carmen, I think his name was, and Wabbit for coming, and then of course Ben and Kat for coming. We had a blast. The reason why you want a day one raid and clear it is because if you do, you get an emblem that you can only get in the game if you beat the raid within day one.
That's cool.
Yes. So like it's like a flex thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm on a mission. So I have friends that are SWTOR friends that play Destiny now. And on Saturday night, we're going back to the raid because if you beat it within the first week, for reset, I think it is.
It's like 10 days. Remember, we talked about it last episode, I think.
Yes. So if you beat it within 10 days by the 15th, you're eligible to get the jacket. And if you scroll down through the TWAB in our notes, you'll actually see what the raid jacket is and you'll get your gamer tag written on it.
That's cool.
Yes. So I really want it. Or maybe they don't show it. But if you Google just type in Vow of the Disciple raid jacket via Bungie Rewards, and you'll see what it looks like. But if you're the first team that clears the raid, if you look in the notes, you get a WWF title belt. That's the belt that gets sent to you, and you get
like a real belt in real life.
Like look in the notes.
Yeah, I am.
Can you see the title belt?
Yeah.
You didn't format it, so I can't see it.
Yes, I did.
You did too.
You pay.
Bless your heart.
I know. I'm trying to bust him a little bit.
I know, but do you see that belt, Nick?
Yes, yeah, I do.
So that's a real belt. Like it has the whole strap. You can wear it. It basically says Vow of the Disciple, and you get your name on it.
That's cool.
Like talk about a fucking cool thing to hang on your wall.
Yeah.
But like some of these players have been playing together on a team since day one of Destiny 1 raids.
Probably beta of Destiny 1.
Well, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like that's you can't fuck with that chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're the best of the best of the best. They're like the top gun of Destiny Raiders.
Do you know how long it took the people to... I'm sure somebody beat it, right? So, do you know how long it took them?
So the funny thing is there was this one team, X-Black.
Okay.
They were the closest, and they got to the final boss, and they hit like a snag. But here's the thing about streaming.
Wait, so nobody beat it in 24 hours?
No, they did.
Oh, okay.
But this other team, I think, had people watching this other team's strat, and hearing the strats. So then they were relaying the message to this other team.
Yeah.
And this other team was like, oh, okay. And they like kind of elevated them a little bit. And then when they came down to it, the other team ended up winning
before
like by a minute.
Wow.
And once you beat it, it's every team member has to go to orbit in order for it to count as a clear. So like you could be sitting there in the raid, like we won, screenshot, but you actually have to leave to get to orbit in order for it to show that you beat it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so they did that. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm super excited to go on Saturday, like super duper excited because, it sucks that contest mode's off, but like I'm going to do it and I'm going to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look forward to it because I really like raiding. Speaking of raiding, I'm not going to spoil anything because Doritos likes to go in blind, but I saw the PTS bosses for 7.7 when we get the full raid in like July or August or when they say it's coming soon, but I think
it is.
I think it's coming in summer, and I've said that all along. I think I said May originally. Oh my God, I saw what's on Nick's phone.
Just a selfie, a little animated one.
Oh my God. Anyways, moving. My point exactly. So, I I saw these bosses.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
And I actually did watch like 5 minutes of a streamer streaming one of the bosses. And if it doesn't change much, man, it looks a lot of fun. And maybe that's all I needed was a break. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Well, no, of course. But here's the problem. I fucking love Destiny. I love it. I think what it is I love Call of Duty. Like love it. But I also love a game that I can sink my teeth into and know it's going to be around for a little while.
Yeah.
And like that, it has things that I don't understand. And like you learn it over time. Like there's shit in SWTOR that I don't do that I just don't even care about. But I still get to do the things that I love to do.
Yeah, I get you.
But these bosses, if it's what I saw it was, it really does look cool. It gives me a crazy like vibe of like the quality of Gods from the Machine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. And like that is the best raid ever created in the game. For me. It had the best bosses, the mechanics, the thought process of it, the way it looked, everything. Like this R4 anomaly looks so dope. Anyways,
that's cool.
Yes. Some awesome things with stream. Like my stream has been amazing. I thank everybody because like I've been talking about it for a while, but like switching games for a period of time is tough and it's hard. But like the amount of support that people have shown me just hanging out in the stream, lurking, just hanging out means so much because like you get so worried that people aren't going to want to like come hang out with you because, you know, you may not be playing their game, but actually it's been like an opposite reaction where people are coming into the stream and then people start playing the game. And in process of all this, I mentioned that like now I'm the clan leader for the AIE Guild clan. So now Tuesday nights are going to be our clan night where, you know, in this week I got offered to do the raid on Tuesday, but we were in the middle of clan night and I was like, sorry, it's clan night. And it kind of stinks that it coincides with mandatory fun night for SWTOR. Yeah. But if Tuesday's a stream night, why not do the clan night that night? And I'm having so much fun with it because, you know, I'm getting to do PvP, help people get weeklies. We did Gambit with somebody or a couple people that never did the new updated Gambit yet. I'm having so much fun. So thank you everybody for coming to my terrible stream channel. And lastly, everybody, two of our good friends, guests on the show, need your help. Chimeri and Stay Alive _7. I should say the Chimeri. Really need our help, nerds community. They are both going for Twitch partner at the same time. They're on a parallel course. I think Stay Alive has already applied. Chimeri is really close for the viewership to be able to apply. Like he's within
like
one
three
or
average
two.
Viewers.
Yeah, like 3 average viewers.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you can go to the Chimeri on Twitch or Stay Alive _7, give them a follow. And if you see them streaming, please hit ! lurk. You don't need to chat. You don't need to do anything. Of course, they would love you to chat, but a lurk to those two right now mean more than anything because we're trying to help them achieve a goal. And when you stream, there's not many people that don't have a goal of being Twitch partner. Some, like myself, I'm here for the community, and Twitch partner isn't my goal. It's growing everybody else's channel with the nerds community. But these guys, it's their goal, and we want to help them make it because that shit is a milestone like you wouldn't believe.
It's amazing. And then once you can't like unbe a partner after, you know what I mean?
Well, you can, but you have to like,
you have to really stop.
You have to like go through your contract and like wait for it to lapse and then not renew it and blah, 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 blah. It's a milestone. If you can make like, it's like the top 0.02% of Twitch make partner.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nick, what have you been up to?
So I played Destiny 2 on stream. I think that was the first official time that I played it on stream, right? I don't precisely recall.
Yes.
Oop, I was just doing voice to text into Chimeri's stream.
Oh my God, yes.
That was fantastic.
That water is moist.
Yes, water is wet.
Oh my God.
But it was really fun. Marcus came around and like helped me kill everything in the story. Are you trying to do ASMR right now?
ASMR.
Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
Oh my God. All right. Anyways, I played Destiny 2. We killed all the things. That was absolutely epic.
It was actually fun because Nick didn't know I was logging in a game, and then I was teabagging in front of him, and he's like, "Hey, that's Marcus," and I was like, "No shit," and he's like, "Oh my God," and then it was so funny. Like, it hasn't been like this in a long time. Like, I haven't had to I don't want to say teach somebody.
Yeah, like bring them through.
Right. But like I was moving forward and Nick's like, you can see his character. And I know you can't see this at home. He was like just looking up at the sky and I would have to shoot him to tell him, dude, we got to go this way.
Yeah.
But it was
I also didn't I was streaming. So I had my own audio. I wasn't in Discord or anything. So Marcus, I was like, well, at first I was like talking to I was meditating. So I was sitting on the ground and then I just saw somebody like standing right next to me. And they've got like crazy high level armor, so I don't know what the heck it is. They're obviously not from like the starting area.
Yeah, they're not from around these parts.
Right, exactly. Sorry, I'm just looking because I typed in the chat for Chimeri. Hey, I can't stay. I'm recording the show, but and then I gifted 5 subs, and all I see is hypes in the chat.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I knew Marcus was some high level player, so I didn't think to look at the name. So then I'm like, oh, somebody's just messing with me. And then I realized they were teabagging me, and I looked at the name, and it was Marcus. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize. I didn't like think about it. Like, yeah, it's an MMO. We can just get in your game, stupid.
Right. And so, long story short of all this is that we got Nick off the Cosmodrome. We beat all the shit. Now we can actually start doing he can start doing other things to achieve victory and be able to enjoy the game for what it is. Like we can do the Witch Queen campaign together. We can do, which you definitely should. And we can do it off stream or even on stream, but on stream or whatever, I can go with you. You know what I mean? And we can do it together. Because only the legendary campaign scales with how many players you have.
Okay.
Where the regular campaign does not, I don't think, or maybe it does, but it's still fun as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
But it is super awesome that you're playing the game because now, I feel like when I talk about it, you at least know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I finished a lore video that gives me all of the lore up to the Witch Queen expansion. So I know all about SWTOR now. You just burped in the COVID cave and there's no ventilation.
No, I farted.
You farted and it's that bad that you have to
dude, have you ever eaten Chinese and then get the farts, dude? Not only am I dehydrated, my farts are nasty. They smell like General Tso's and chicken fingers.
That's just terrible. You need to take care of some things there. Get yourself balanced out.
Tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow I'll become one with the Force. Anyways, what else have you been doing, Nick?
So I booked my flight for Dallas, Texas at the end of April, which is cool. I'm going to play NXL Dallas, the Lone Star tournament or something like that. I forget what they called it. But
and what month is it?
End of April it's April 28th through March 2nd.
It's the rainiest month in Texas.
I know, and it's going to be an absolute mud pit.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring my galoshes.
What's a galosh?
I think those are
that's just one
rubber. That's one boot of the two. I think galoshes is rubber boots. But so I booked that. I got it off from work officially, so I'm going. So we're flying down Thursday morning early, and then we have a practice time slot at 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
That's good. Get on the field, see how it plays.
Yeah, and move around a little bit so you shake off that flight weirdness. You know what I mean? And the time zone's a little different. I didn't even think about
by
that.
An hour. It's only an hour.
Oh, that's fine. That's basically nothing. And I feel like it's earlier.
Wait,
so like,
or is it 2 hours?
Dallas
They're
might
1
be
hour.
2 hours.
No, it's just for time zones. 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So like that'll be good to just like shake the travel off a little bit, get out in the field, see the actual layout at the tournament instead of just like, because you have the same layout at your local field, but it's never precisely the same.
Never.
It's never. It's like, oh, this big wide lane you have is really only like 1 foot
That's
versus
all I need.
it was like 2 feet or
That's
3
all I
feet.
need.
Right.
1 foot is all we need.
Yep. Just need the window to shoot the guy off the break.
That's it.
Right.
And tell me where the guy can't move from, and it'll happen.
Right.
But if you're running up and you're going to bunker me from the back, I ain't turning around because you told me to shoot one fucking lane.
Yeah.
But nobody's getting through it. You better do your job on the other side, bitches, because I'm just going to do mine. 9 pods later,
yeah,
I got like 7 balls in my back.
That was
no
me.
more paint.
I did a good job at practice the other day. I started off crappy, and then I realized you can't stay in the back 3 bunkers. They're like, as soon as they get up the field at all, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's a death
get
trap.
pinched out. Yeah, they're just the way the layout is. Even like Snake 2, like not very far up the field, or like a little bit on the Doritos side, you're screwed. Because you have to like, you can stay in the back for a little bit, like 10 seconds or something, and then you have to get up there. But so I did do it. I did, and then we did way better.
Oh, go ahead.
But so anyways, yeah, Dallas is awesome. That's awesome. I took an extra day off from work afterwards just because, just in case like my flight gets delayed or whatever. But that'll be a nice little vacation at the end of April. And
that's
then
sweet.
I also played paintball this weekend, which was sweet, and I got some raw footage, which was cool. I forgot I should post that in the Discord.
Probably should.
Thanks to Smiley Joe. Shout out to Smiley Joe.
Smiley.
He's an awesome photographer. He just like does stuff like that all the time for free for people, which is cool.
Well, it's because he knows that if he does it for free in practice,
it's
your
like
team
exposure.
Will hire him for the events.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that is literally what we did.
That's great marketing.
Right. Yeah, we always tag him in our stuff. It's like, oh, and everybody loves photos of themselves. You know what I mean? Especially like in a sports thing, you're like, especially you show up for a practice, you're not expecting anything, and all of a sudden, oh, hey, this professional photographer's here. I'm going to get photos of me playing today. I get to post on whatever, It's not like, I don't know. It's just a really cool feeling. And then video on top of it is even cooler. But honestly, outside of that, not a whole lot in the gaming realm. I was pretty busy after work this week doing different stuff, just like, it's like the little things to set up, like when you move into a place. You know what I mean? Like for me, I still don't have like my clothes. I have 3 different closets. I know it sounds bougie, but I have like a real closet and then 2 little baby closets in each bedroom. But I have to like figure out what goes where, stuff like that. Like,
do you guys hear that he's complaining that he has 3 fucking closets?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Like, I'm lucky to have a drawer.
I can't figure out what to put where. I have to put it in a closet somewhere. I don't know which closet to put it in.
Yeah, I gotta.
Do I put it in the office or the pantry closet or the hall closet?
I have to decide because I have 3 closets. Do I want this one to have my sweatpants or this one to have my work shirts? Fuck me. Like, fuck.
Talk about a first world problem.
Yes. Who are you looking at, Nick?
I'm just looking at my work from home setup.
Oh.
His closets.
I thought he had somebody sitting there.
No. I would not do that with somebody that's new. I don't trust them to not screw up the podcast. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, if you're going to have somebody in the background of the show, like, that's fine. But, like, they have to be, established.
For shizzle. Anyways.
So, this weekend, Bungie.
We're celebrating World First, talking raid stats and showing off a new weapon rotation for Trials and Iron Banner. Blah, blah, blah. So do you want to read off to the races, Nick?
Yeah. So this is talking about the day one raid. So it says, minor spoilers ahead if you haven't got the chance to play the raid yet. The final encounter introduces a new challenge, the likes of which Guardians have never seen before. He's very good at yeeting people off the mat. I'm speaking from experience here. And the world got to see see it in real time as players from all around the globe raced to be the world first team to clear Vow of the Disciple. We saw a record number of players attempting their blind runs, diving headfirst into the fray without a guide or clear path in sight. To say that those that participated did an incredible job is a massive understatement, but only one team can win. A huge congratulations to Clan Elysium on their well-deserved win, taking the crown 3 short minutes ahead of the competition. And then it's the that's crazy. And then it's the usernames that I'm going to butcher: Salta Grepo, Slap, Kairos, Moople, and Quaz and Cruz banded together and strategized, shot, dodged, dunked, dinked and dived, solved their way to victory, one kick to the face at a time. And you know what? It paid off. So congratulations again to this amazing team. That's pretty cool. And then it shows the mega WWE belt that each player is going to get. Speaking of the new Vow of the Disciple raid, this new raid explores new themes and experiences, including facing off against a boss that makes taking out Guardians look fluidly effortless, beautifully haunting locations to explore, and more than a few secrets hiding within. For those interested, we've got a few stats to share from the first 48 hours of a brutally challenging contest mode, including record-breaking numbers for Guardian participation. So, Vow of the Disciples...
Before you say that, it's so it's usually 24 hours for the first for the contest mode raid.
Yeah.
But because there were so many bugs and teams were getting error coded out of the game during the raid.
Oh, okay.
They decided to extend it an extra 24 hours, so that's why they said the 40. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So Vow of the Disciple raid 48-hour stats says total players that entered the raid 546,616. That's a lot of people.
Hold on one second.
Just for
shits and giggles,
how many teams is that?
So 546,616 divided by 6.
That's
91,102.66 teams.
91,000 teams of 6.
Yes.
Can you imagine the servers they have for this game? All those instances, 91,000 and change instances of this, of like the boss fights and everything at the same time.
Right.
Players that cleared acquisition was 270.
That's the first boss that we didn't clear.
Yeah. So about half, roughly.
Wow.
Players that cleared caretaker is 131. So maybe 40%.
Like every
half of that.
It's like half. Yeah, so it's like 25%.
Holy shit.
Players that cleared exhibition. Oh, it's a little, half. It's 80,000 on that one. Unique players that cleared the full raid is 32,000.
32,621 players cleared the raid day one.
Out of 546 that tried. 546,000.
I don't want to. How many people play Star Wars The Old Republic on a daily basis?
Not...
You know what I'm saying? Or like any other game. 32,000 people cleared the raid.
That were that good. That's 16% of the people that tried. Under 20% of the people that tried could clear it. So total enemy defeats is
6,100 teams.
Yeah.
6,100 teams cleared the raid.
That's crazy.
That's
that many people that are that dedicated to go figure it out.
That's the get good mentality right there.
No kidding.
Holy fuck. Anyways.
Total enemy defeats is 1 billion. 1,005,850,000 and change.
This is my favorite stat right here.
Total Guardian deaths, 70 million Guardian deaths.
Rip that guy.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Let's do the math here. Of the 70 million 0.67705 divided by the total number of Guardians 546,616 equals an average of 128 deaths per player.
That's
in
a lot.
48 hours.
That's a lot of rip that guys.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And I died a lot.
Hold on, 120. Let's do that per hour. How many rip that guys per hour?
Over 48 hours?
If they played for 48 hours straight.
Okay.
128 divided by 48. It's an average of 3 deaths per hour. Every 20 minutes, every player died. But people weren't playing for 48 hours straight. So still, that's crazy. That's a lot of dying. Total hours spent. That's a great meme. Walker's just found a meme on his phone. It says Miss America, and it has Miss America getting crowned. Miss Universe getting crowned. And then Miss Everything, and it's a stormtrooper. Because they miss everything. I miss all their shots.
Anyways.
So total hours spent in Valve of the Disciple contest mode is 4,223,843 hours.
Oh my God. Oh, there's the jacket. Scroll down.
Here we go. That's a lot of emblems. We're working on getting those out. That's a lot of emblems, and we're working on getting those out sometime in the next few weeks, meaning it's a lot of people that cleared it and stuff. Make sure to follow Bungie Help on Twitter for more info. If you signed up for our Bungie newsletter, stay tuned for your own #Raid Complete email on Tuesday, March 15th. As a small heads up, that's also the last day to get your first clear of Vow of the Disciple for that sweet, sweet raid jacket. For those that may have missed the reason why the 24-hour contest mode window was extended, Day 1 started out strong, but we eventually saw a plethora of anteater error messages. This made it difficult to complete the raid runs, especially when tension was already high from trying to be the first to win. While we know this did upend some players' weekend plans to play the raid on non-contest mode, we felt it was fair to extend the period since the normal version of the raid is always available. Contest mode, however, is very limited and only exists after the introduction of a raid. So because of this, the team discussed and decided that an extension was the right thing to do. Now that contest mode is over, however, raid runs are up for grabs. Good luck out there, Guardians, and don't forget to bring an Outbreak Perfected to the gunfight. Source, dude, just trust me. And it shows a cool picture of that. A very interesting raid jacket.
I fucking want it.
That you can only get if you clear the raid within contest mode.
Yeah,
by March 15th.
First 10 days. Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I have two teams that are like, Marcus, don't worry, we're going to get the clear. Don't worry, because I want this jacket.
Do they? Yeah, that's cool. It's like it's hard to, you should just go look it up online, but it's
like an army raincoat on the outside.
But then
on the inside
like,
it has all like the raid
pattern.
logos. Yeah. Very colorful.
It's
Anyways, so then they gave us some updates for trials in like Iron Banner. Mm-hmm. They gave some bug reports, of course.
The huge.
If you want to do it, go check out the TWAB. Thanks, Gator. And check it out. In AIE news.
Saturday nights.
Join us. SNL.
Wait a minute. The beacons of Gondor are lit. The beacon and AIE calls for aid.
It's Saturday
night Lotro. Lord of the Rings Online. I don't know why I'm talking over you. I just wanted to do that beacon.
No, that's fine. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday night. Mal, we all call him, will lead you into Middle Earth and help you find my precious. It did not sound like Schmeagol.
No, we gotta work on it. It's no mega, but
no,
we'll get there.
But so as we talk about all the mandatory fun nights and all the fun stuff that happens in AIE, Saturday nights, if you play Lord of the Rings online, and I'm going to be honest with you, I wish they would, if they could update the graphics a little bit.
Yeah.
I really like Lord of the Rings. Like, I like the whole Middle Earth idea. Like, I think Game of Thrones is dumb, but like Middle Earth to me is dope. And it's almost like the same thing. You know what I mean?
Like a similar flavor. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, like Lord of the Rings is awesome. I just can't get into it because the game the graphics for me. But like I played it and we did like a open play night for 2 hours and I got off the starter area and like I got to pick my dwarf warrior and like
I would have bet that you would have been a dwarf.
Yeah, because I'm tall and I always wanted to be like really, really short.
No, but that's your personality. You also have a giant beard. Just like a gruff. Blah.
It is not that big,
guy. Dude, it's I looked it up. It's bigger than any player on the 2007 Red Sox World Series roster.
Not true.
I disagree. We can get the measuring tape out.
Anyways.
If all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website, and ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play Star Wars: The Old Republic or any of the other games we play, including Lord of the Rings Online, Destiny 2, Pokemon, whatever the newest one is,
Star Wars: The Old Republic, Guild Wars 2, and World of Warcraft, and Elder Scrolls Online,
and Elden Ring, probably.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Well, we haven't played it.
I want to do an ASMR episode.
Well, I'm certainly not going to edit it or listen to it, so you can do that on your own. Because if I edit it, I got to hear your or whatever you're going to be doing. So, and I'm not listening to that for any amount of time more than
I'm just going to be whispering for the whole episode.
I think that might be worse. No. But anyways, I got to pee, so we'll be right back.
Hello, Nerds community. It's Kai Mirian. I'm currently pushing for Twitch partner. Come hang out with the community. Come lurk. Any support is greatly appreciated. Twitch.tv/theKaimeri, TheKymeri. And let's freaking go, Nerds community.
And we're back. So today,
and we're back. We are not starting like that, damn it. So today, we're talking about the status of SWTOR 7.0 expansion with the Nerds community superstar, Doritos!
I'm so sorry for everybody for your audio quality. That section is going to sound like dog shit.
because I was way too loud. But it was fun. I do that every stream. Every time Doritos is in the chat. Usually he's early in the stream. Wait, can I just rewind real quick? No. Doritos, you are awesome, because every single stream of mine, you are always there saying hi, at least at some point. And I appreciate you, and that is awesome.
For shizzle.
Gotta support, man.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, you don't have to. You choose to, and we appreciate the hell out of it.
I do choose to support the Nerds community.
Right.
In all of them.
Well, I appreciate it. It does not get taken for granted. So Marcus, where do we want to start with this? Just the first post from Keith. That's mainly what we want to look at is these posts from Mr. Keith Koenig.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Me or Keith Koenig?
Chimeri.
Oh, what?
You know what his average is? So you can apply for partner when you hit 75 average.
Yeah.
You know what his fucking average is? 74.81.
Oh my God. Really?
Right, statistically, that rounds up to 75. It's okay.
Right. That's crazy. I just clicked it. He still has hypes in the chat.
He's not streaming.
Nah, he passed. Oh. He rated stay live.
Oh, got it.
Anyways, sorry everybody, I got completely fucking sidetracked. So, as you guys know, my own personal opinion, I've been taking a little break from SWTOR. I'm going to just call it out right now because I can't put into words exactly how I feel. But I'm going to tell you how I feel because I'm going to be telling you to go look something up. Okay? I want you to go to the YouTubes right now. Okay? And type in, I started playing SWTOR again, ... This MMORPG deserves more. It's Beller Gaming, BELLULAR Gaming. This guy, it's a 24-minute breakdown of the expansion. This guy played the expansion. He played the game before, and he just came back for this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you some spoilers. He boosted
to 75 or whatever, or to 80.
Yeah, so like he boosted his character to level 70 because that's where they put you in Onslaught at Osis. And he started playing from there.
Okay.
He gives an awesome breakdown of the 7.0 experience, how it feels for veteran players, and how it feels for a new player.
Yeah.
And like he breaks down and like it's such an awesome review. And when it was over, shout out to Tetsemi for sending it to me. I watched it this morning on my drive to work. I like put it on my dash and I watched it and listened it over Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And I said, holy shit, that is exactly how I feel. 100%, this guy hit it out of the park. And the general consensus is if you're a new player coming to the game, the new player experience is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a veteran player who lost some of their toys, you're going to be upset. And he basically said, if you were expecting an expansion, this is not an expansion. And he breaks down why. It's such a good, like, even if you don't play SWTOR, you should listen to it because he will explain it to you. So again, I'm going to rewind again. So on February 15th, the SWTOR 7.0 expansion came out. I decided to wait until the 16th to play it because I think just in case there was some game-breaking bugs, which in every single game, look at what happened with Bungie with their day one raid. There's always bugs that can break the game, cause error codes, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the game was not really, the expansion was not received well. And it took them from February 15th all the way to March 4th to submit any reply. And the community, or our nerds community, were frustrated.
Yeah.
They were like, where's the response from BioWare? There's things that are broken. There's things that are messed up. Yes, they were fixing the bug fixes and they were fixing them like crazy. But my point is, people were like, where's the rest of the content? You've been hyping this expansion up for 3 years. Where's all the content? And this is what we got. How many days is that? So say 15 to 30 is 15 days. So almost 20 days later. That's bad.
Well, 3 weeks later, basically.
Yeah. 3 weeks later, we get a response.
Yeah.
Nick?
So this is a post from Keith on March 4th. It says, hello, SWTOR community. I wanted to offer some insight about what's been happening since the release of our expansion on February 15th. First of all, thanks to all the players who have shown Legacy of the Sith, our new cinematic trailer, a lot of love. Many teams came together and worked hard to make both possible. It was both the Legacy of the Sith and the new trailer is what he's saying. A small handful of us were able to spend launch week in an in-person ops room, watching players react to the trailer and then start pouring into the servers will remain a fun memory to me. Secondly, we know that 7.0 is not a smooth transition for some players, so we have been very busy since launch day resolving issues, minimizing any downtime, while fixing key issues without requiring a game patch. For example, during the first 72 hours, we identified critical bugs such as the issues with key binding resets, empty gearboxes, and combat styles on characters not displaying properly, and we corrected them all. Since those initial fixes went out, the team has been reading reports and feedback coming in and making additional adjustments. At this point, future changes will require a full patch. In this upcoming patch, which we are labeling as 7.0.1, you can expect the below changes and much more to be included. Here are some of the most reported bugs we will be fixing in 7.0.1.
You don't need to read that.
Yeah, but it's just bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Players can currently preview many of these changes on our public test server, PTS, that was opened earlier this week. We are also working on putting together some preliminary PTS patch notes together so everyone playing PTS will have an understanding of what bugs are fixed. Jackie will post these in the forums when they're available. So we know that progress for some players is being halted in the Elam flashpoint when fighting Malgus. Since the initial report has come in, the team has been looking into the bug to understand why players are experiencing it. Here's a little glimpse under the hood to give you some insight into why a potential fix is being tested on the PTS.
Can we just say, this is the main fight for the expansion. The main fight, and it's broken. Like, How was this game released? If this is your main battle of the expansion, like you've done everything to get to this point. You're feeling so good because you took the day off of work, you bought snacks, and you did everything, and then you played an hour and a half's worth of content to get to this final fight, and you can't win.
Yep.
Well, you spend 3 hours on it and realize you have to do unintended mechanics because of the bugs to get through it.
Right.
Yeah. That's crazy. So we have experienced this bug when playing on our live characters. However, this bug does not present itself on our development servers. Reproducing a bug on development servers is step one in resolving any issue, as it allows us to dig deeper into the source of the problem. So it sounds like your ancient game engine doesn't is showing its flaws.
Yes.
If your like development servers are not mirroring the live ones, that's a giant issue. The biggest offender of this issue is when Malgus is pulling or pushing the player. This creates one of two possibilities. Something in the game is causing the player to take a substantial unintended spike of damage which kills them, or the movement of their character is causing them to hit something we call a death volume. This is a space built into all environments that if a player enters, kills them instantly. In this case, this area is used as a mechanism to ensure that players don't ever get stuck in the environment. We've done explorations of the death volumes, combat triggers, and ballistics on Malgus' attacks, and none of these appear to be the culprit. The bug remains, so our hunt for a fix continues. As this issue only wants to rear its ugly head on our live servers, we have made a couple of tweaks, most notably to death volumes, which you can help us test right now on PTS. So it's not even fixed.
No, it's not. So to that particular one, at the start of the fight and throughout the fight, he does a mechanic called Relentless something. I think I can't remember. It's a cast that if you're in melee range, he'll pull you to him, and if you're at ranged attacks, max range, he'll push you. So when he pulls you in, you hit this death volume and an insta kill.
Wow!
So anybody who's on melee usually dies. Tanks, DPS, melee DPS, and tanks are usually the first victims in this. So it's very irritating.
Yeah, that's obnoxious. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you have a death volume on Malgus?
It's for the environment around, so that way if you get pushed off the edge of the environment, you should not survive.
Die. Yeah.
But they put it so close to the fighting surface underneath that if he pulls you and it thinks you're in a different location on the server, it'll kill you because it says, "Oh, look, you're really in the death volume."
Oh, I see. It's coming through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I see. It's reading you as hitting underneath the floor.
Yep.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah. So it says, as of this post, this patch will include at least 200 plus bug fixes of varying degrees. The player-facing fixes will be reflected in the patch notes because we're implementing all of these fixes in one push. We want to ensure the necessary time is allocated to test them all to quality. Sorry. We are currently targeting March 22nd for 7.0.1, but we'll update you with a confirmed date as we get closer. 7.0 is a foundational update to the game. The fundamental refactoring of all abilities in advanced classes into combat styles. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The fundamental refactoring of all abilities in advanced classes into combat styles, the addition of long requested loadouts feature, and the beginnings of a new user interface and itemization constitute the most significant system changes made to SWTOR since launch. These are only the first steps towards the ambitious and inspiring vision we have for Star Wars: The Old Republic's future. We are excited to continue bringing this vision to life in the ongoing updates and additions coming to the games this year and beyond. More story will be coming, new blah, 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 just saying what's going to come down the pipeline. Not only does the launch of Legacy of the Sith begin the journey into updating the game, but this update also opens the doors to new players that have never experienced Star Wars: The Old Republic before. 7.0 is meant to invite new players to the game while also bringing new experiences to returning or veteran players. Star Wars: The Old Republic is a 10-year-old game that is very dear to all of us, and we look forward to continuing the journey of a series of updates that make the game the best it can be. That didn't sound very good to me.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the apology?
Right.
Like saying, hey guys, I'm sorry that there's been problems. There's not one sorry. I'm sorry. Like the Final Fantasy 14 game producer came out when they had to delay Endwalker, cried on stream because he's never been late on anything.
Yeah.
My point here is, and it's okay. Like I read this going, okay, you've done bug fixes, but you haven't identified the problem that this is just a small piece.
Right.
I've said this 50,000 times. We've been in New York City. When we were in New York City 3 years or 4 years ago now, all they told us was just wait for 7.0.
Right. 7.0.
And I'm sorry, 7.0 is now. I'm impatient as fuck.
Yeah.
But my favorite way they ever released operations bosses was one at a time. I enjoyed that. But on an expansion, like they gave us planets that weren't finished. They told us there was going to be daily areas. It was not finished. Like, it's just like, why not just delay longer? Like, push it off another year because it's not done. And the reason why we're really talking about this is because we were asked to discuss this. But reading this first article, because we have 2 more to go through, just screams to me like, okay, PR has to be done.
Yeah.
Just spit out what we have done and what is coming immediately. Say nothing else and get a post out there.
This vibe, this post is like a little bit. I find this like a common argument, especially in couples. Let me explain what I mean. This post has the vibe of like, hey, I'm working really hard. This is really hard for me, but so like that explains this shitty thing you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And because I worked hard at it and it's hard for me, that means you should be okay with this shittiness.
But you haven't fixed the car yet. It still pulls to the right.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, that doesn't fucking matter to me, to the person receiving this, to the player playing the game, if the game is broken and continuing to be broken and it's still broken and it's not what you promised and this is still a bad experience for me. It doesn't matter how bad it is for you. If the agreement is you're supposed to be getting something or, intact, working a certain way, whatever it is, that doesn't matter if it's hard for you. You know what I mean? Like from a business perspective, like if a carpenter says, hey, I'm going to make these 17 cabinets and the 17 cabinets are every single one is crooked and not right. Well, it was hard because these nails are special and I only have me instead of like a full team of people like I thought before. You know what I mean? That's not the customer's problem.
Right.
It's the same type of concept. You know what I mean? Like this whole post seems to me to be like, hey, this was really hard for me. Let me show you. We tried really hard. We still didn't even find the bugs. So we're going to need your help to find them. And like, hey, this is really hard for us. Like you should be patient. Like, no, you're selling a product. Like you're presenting an expansion. It should be done.
It's trying to sell somebody a 10-year-old car that has maintenance issues and saying, yep, I washed and waxed it for you.
Exactly. To a new driver who sees a shiny car, they're going to be pumped. But like anybody who's been driving this car for a while is going to know it's all screwed up.
Yeah, let me check under the hood. Well, that's rusted and that's broken. You're missing a belt over here. Come on, guys.
Right.
Hold on one sec. I want to see on this.
Do you want to go to the next post? Or do you want to do something else, Marcus?
I thought there was a follow-up from Keith.
Yeah, it's right below it.
Okay, so can you read that?
The follow-up or the in response?
No, the in response.
Okay, so in response to a post by Gwenna, this is on the forums. He responded to somebody, I take it. So some thoughts. It says some thoughts about companion strength. We're investigating why they are underperforming in level synced content. With respect to modernizing our user interface, we know this is an area where opinions are going to vary widely, and we don't expect that to change. However, these updates are vital to the ongoing success of Star Wars: The Old Republic as technology continues to improve far beyond where it was when the game shipped, such as monitor resolutions or GPUs being faster and having more memory. We know user interface changes must be evolutionary, and we need to ensure consistency, improved experience, and just better overall flow. We are listening and will continue to make adjustments based on your feedback. We are hopeful as we release patches, we'll find a balance between updated designs, making adjustments, and ensuring your play experience is enjoyable. So, you guys want to start?
I was going to say, so basically, the 10-year-old engine is old. We're not going to update it. and you're just going to have to kind of get over it.
Yeah, he's really like, yeah, everyone's opinion's different. Sorry you hate the UI. But also, like, can I just artistically criticize the like logos on the classes? Like, they went from like actual illustrated photos of like lightsabers and lightning and like cool stuff and like stealthy things for the other, non-force user characters. Like, very clearly, like, oh, okay, cool. These are really interesting classes to like literally Pong level graphics, like white on black dots that like have a symbol that resembles something like that.
But the engine can handle it.
But the engine can handle that and it doesn't text. Like, how is that possibly better? How do you look at those and say like, oh, this is clear, this is more clear as to which the classes are?
I want to find somebody who builds engines or works with them.
Works
and
with
get them
like
on
game
the show,
engines?
game engines, so they can explain to me that I'm being an asshole or that I'm being ridiculous
or something.
I'm sure you can go to epicgames.com and find somebody who's building stuff in the Unreal 5.
Yeah,
but they're not going to come on the show.
Why not? Have you asked them?
No.
We got Holly Fields on the show.
Yeah. No, I ask everybody.
I know.
I'm not afraid to ask anybody. So today we got a post from Chris Schmidt, and these are good answers. Like, they are changing things because of the community's outcry.
Okay.
I still think the bigger problem, I don't think they understand what the problem is, the real problem, but what they're doing is they're fixing what they can because they can't change the lack of content.
Right. So the post from Chris Schmidt that was posted today says, "Hi, folks. I wanted to follow up on Keith's post here with a little more context, background, and most importantly, some changes you will see in the 7.0.1 release. First, a little peek behind the scenes in the world of game design. When designing changes for a game as large and as complex as Star Wars: The Old Republic, there are many things that need to be taken into account. Between the interplay of lots of different systems and features in the game, and understanding how any change to one can affect the experience of all the rest. It's sometimes difficult to fully simulate on paper how the sum of all the parts fits together into a greater cohesive whole."
Isn't this the job of a game company? Like, your game has been out for 10 years. You're telling me you can't figure out how to get everything to work together?
What have you been doing?
When they didn't build the engine, they've had to they reverse engineered the engine. They didn't build it. They don't know still how it works after 10 years, apparently.
I don't know. And I don't know what it costs to build a new engine. I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But clearly they're having a big problem updating this game right now.
Yeah. They can't like add anything or change anything, and it's always consistently screws everything up. So it says, so we prototype, test, reiterate, and test some more. Some of these may be public test opportunities of a particular piece of the puzzle we're curious about on PTS, but internally the test and iteration cycle repeats as often as possible. To understand the mindset of a variety of players, we gather feedback from as many places as possible to measure against the goals. Oops, I scrolled way too far. The goals of the updates in order to see if that cohesive whole we're going for is lining up. Okay. For 7.0, we had a vision for how players could experience repeatable content and how the game would incentivize and reward content around the galaxy, especially to highlight our new shared tagging feature that we've been very excited about. Marcus wrote something rather lewd that I almost read because I am Ron Burgundy. Fuck you, San Diego. So,
I did not write that.
No, you wrote "I'm a slore."
I did not write that.
Oh, that was
Doritos. That wasn't
Doritos. Doritos. That was great.
Clip it and ship it.
Clip it and ship it. So what? It says one major aspect of this, I think, referring to like envisioning what they wanted players to think is, or to be able to experience. One major aspect of this was ensuring that some of our various systems, which reward players for being active in the game, such as conquests, galactic seasons, and weekly missions, have a bit of interplay between them to ensure if players wanted to target a particular sort of reward, like gear, cosmetics, or guild ship upgrades, There would be other players completing the same content in any given week, regardless of what rewards they were after. Okay. So that like if you're trying to get one particular reward, you don't have to play one particular type of content, I guess. I think. I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, moving on. This brings us to our featured content vision. We intend to reward featured content over non-featured content in a more substantial way for a few reasons. One, to make groups easier to form for similar content, even when reward goals for the people who are grouping up differ. To make it easier to get help from other players via shared tagging in heroics and dailies, and to make operations more accessible to players who've never tapped into story mode before by adding more options each week in the group finder. So many aspects of a design like this are extremely difficult to test at a scale outside of a live game environment, which houses many players piling into the game with different ways that they play, and all with different backgrounds and interests. Using our public test server enables us to gather some early feedback, since it's the closest thing we have to a live game environment, but it's not a perfect substitute for the live game when it comes to how systems interact at scale that the data that provides. This brings us back to our featured content vision. The team worked hard to deliver on that vision, but when we saw how it was performing at scale in a live environment, and especially taking your feedback into account, we decided to work on some changes that we believe will address many of the friction points in that vision. In 7.0.1, we'll not be making all veteran flashpoints available at level 15. Instead, we will retain each flashpoint's existing level restrictions and make all flashpoints available in Group Finder every week. We'll also adjust some rewards, reducing slightly the number of materials gained by deconstructing gear earned by running any individual flashpoint, and boosting materials rewarded in repeatable weekly Group Finder missions. We also committed to addressing some long overdue discrepancies in difficulty, length, and time to complete among all of our flashpoints. That work will not be done in 7.01, but will be patched into the game over time as we assess each flashpoint individually. The first step in this direction can be seen in the latest PTS build that went live today. Enemy health and the Spirit of Vengeance solo story mode has been reduced across the board. Enemy damage and health has been reduced by 20% in veteran and master modes of Traitor Among the Chiss and Crisis on Umbara and the Anathema Conspiracy, which Marcus is not a fan of. Enemy damage and health has been reduced for the Jakir and Selden, Tau/Malgus encounters in Objective Meridian in Master Mode.
Objective Meridian!
Additional adjustments will come in a later patch for other difficulties. In 7.0.1, we make all weekly missions for dailies and heroics available all the time. To compensate for the addition of all the extra weeklies, they will be repeatable 2 times per week as opposed to 3 as they are currently. Okay. Legacy, go ahead.
So just a couple things. So making all flashpoints available, good move. They should have never stopped that. Mm-hmm. Making all the weekly missions available, like the daily areas, good move. That should have never been. You shouldn't restrict content. You should
always
content.
Add content, yeah.
Anyways,
legacy operations and the new weekly operations missions will remain in rotation each week, as well as story modes in Group Finder, primarily due to how they tie into specific conquest objectives in order to make finding a larger group easier. Once R4 Anomaly, that's the new operation, launches, its weekly mission will be available every week to highlight the new content and gear that comes with it. We're excited about this one and encourage everyone to take a look and try out the bosses on the PTS. So thank you for your time, care, and passion. We're excited to get these changes to you and look forward to hearing what you think. Sincerely, Chris Schmidt.
Okay. So immediately, a couple of the things are great. Again, they're relying way too much on the PTS.
Yeah.
And they're just putting, the building is on fire and they're just squirting water
from like a regular garden hose
in certain rooms to save certain rooms.
Yeah.
They're not trying to put out the whole fire. And these changes are great. But again, we're in March.
Yeah. Basically a month later.
And they're still 7.0 is still broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's apparently going to be broken for some time because they're saying that we'll fix some things in 2 weeks from now.
Right.
And some things we won't fix for a little while. because we don't know what the fix is.
Right. And, as much as I want to do the new raid, it might just be, why don't I just wait to play until some of the shit is fixed?
That was my thought about like Cyberpunk or Fallout 76. I still haven't played either one because
Cyberpunk is fixed.
Oh, okay.
And now it's amazing, supposedly.
Yeah. Which word was that? It's amazing what?
I said now supposedly it's amazing.
I know you're saying supposedly wrong. It's like Tupperware.
Huh?
Instead of Tupperware. You haven't seen that before? The guy's saying, it's like on a podcast, the guy's saying, it's like been a meme now. It's like he says something in his story and says Tupperware. He was like, say that again? Tupperware. Say the first syllable. Tub. Wrong. It's Tupperware with a P, not a B. And that's the meme. Anyways.
Anyway. Yeah, me neither. We'll move on. We'll just pretend that last 35 seconds is just not here. Doritos, what do you think of all this?
Definitely like the Flashpoint is good because right now you're having new players. Nothing wrong with new players coming into the game. It's great to have new blood come into the game. People eager to play, have fun with it. But when you have a level 15 going into a veteran mode Flashpoint with a level 80, it's not fun for either side because
a level 15 person has absolutely no idea how.
Yeah, so
the game works. Even
it was an attempt to broaden. I mean, I think they had tried this once before, if I remember right, on widening the level cap for the flashpoints, and then they went back and undid it. So they're doing it again. It feels like. The flashpoints, all of them available is, again, I agree with Marcus totally, is great to see them putting them all back, because right now you only have 9 of the 32, 33 flashpoints in the game you can pick from each week. Now, where there's some disconnect is what is being played for either your Galactic Seasons objectives or your just regular weekly objectives doesn't match up with what's being offered on the flashpoints. So there's still some work to be done there.
Yeah.
On the part about the health and things basically taking longer to die and hitting harder, yes, because you made everything level 80 again. Right. So you're going in basically under geared. So yes, It's going to be harder on the easy mode. It's yep. When I got my new stuff and went into the harder flashpoint with 306 gear, it's like it really hurts.
Yeah, because everything is you're just under leveled.
Yeah. Now some on the new flashpoint, things were a little off tuned. Some things hit harder than they should have.
Yeah.
So for their amount of test, part of the disappointment I think is for the amount of testing they did on the PTS coming into 7.0, they fixed minimal bugs from the PTS to launch.
Yeah.
And we're still 5 weeks in now we're almost a month into to launch to 7.0 and they're just now going to give us a patch to fix some of these things in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I think that's like a key point you just mentioned. So there was a lot of these big bugs were present in the PTS, right? Mm-hmm. Leading up to things, and they didn't get fixed. And now they're saying, "Oh, hey, it's hard to find these bugs because PTS is so different than live." But a lot of the bugs were in the PTS and just never fixed them.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, so that's just BS. So now they're just lying when they're covering up, or like apologizing, kind of explaining. They're lying and like, "Oh, how this happened."
I don't think they're lying. I just don't think they took the input from a lot of the people saying, "Hey, this isn't working right. You need to do some more testing to make it right." But they said, "Yep, we hear you, and here you go on live." No, That's not what we said. But some of the things are working great, like the ad tagging. That is a fantabulous. That's working great. That you can run daily areas super fast now, because if somebody else is hitting a mob, hitting ads, guess what? I'll shoot you, I'll shoot you, I'll shoot you, and I'll keep running, and I'll get credit for those too.
Okay.
So that part's still working great. So it's a hit and miss, love-hate relationship with how it's going right now. I know a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of us are making the best of what we've got to make it with.
Mm-hmm.
And for, we all love Star Wars. That's why we're playing the game. If we want to keep playing a Star Wars game, right now there's nothing else out there.
Right.
If you've played Fallen Order and completed the story on Fallen Order, you've got nothing more to play right now.
Well, I think that's not it. There's games to play, but like you're saying, like this is a live service game. Mm-hmm. There are right now no other Star Wars live service games. Like when Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga comes out, people are going to all play that for the 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 hours that it is. And then as soon as that's over, they're going to be done with it and they're going to come back to SWTOR. Until there's another lifestyle-ish game, I think SWTOR holds the crown of the Star Wars universe. And people will just deal with it, because I say it I get asked this all the time. If you didn't have a lightsaber or whatever, you weren't wearing Captain Rex's mask, would you still be playing this game? Most people say no.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But they play it because they're living out their Star Wars fantasy.
Right. So
I don't know. I hope for the best. I hope by July, oh my fucking God. December 31st, 2022. There's so much content for this expansion that, okay, yes, it took a year, but man, the 10th year was great. That's what I'm hoping to say. But, in finishing up quarter one of 2022, and so far is a 3.
It feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Just population, attitudes. Yeah, with those of us who are diehards, this is what we're doing. We're hoping it gets better. There's a lot of talk here. It's getting better. We would love to see it. But proof's going to be in the pudding.
Do you guys want to move on?
Okay. I think it's Thursday, May 5th, which is Revenge of the 5th, 2022. It's official. We will be doing a Nerds Community meetup in Orlando with yours truly, Marcus B814.
Time out. Did you hear that? It's a Nerds Community meetup. If you're in Orlando, Florida, or if you're going to be around Orlando, Florida, or if you can get on over there for May 5th, 2022, it's a Nerds Community meetup. You get to meet the real live Marcus B814. I unfortunately will still be in Massachusetts, but you'll get to see Marcus's giant scraggly beard in full, never mind 4K, it's full IRL.
Do you think I'll still have it in May?
I don't know. Probably not.
Oh,
it's hard to judge, because all of a sudden sometimes you'll go from like wild man on that should be making duck calls to like totally clean shaven.
Yeah. So my point is, there's going to be a bunch of us there. I know Doc's going, Stay's going, Nazir, friend of the show, Maxie's going. I know Tsunami is going. He took the day off of work. He's going to drive up. I think he's south. I think he's near Tampa, and he'll be driving up. So there's a bunch of people coming. I'm guessing that we'll probably do it somewhere, I would say near like a Disney, like downtown Disney, I would imagine, or somewhere close to that. Like, I know that there's a place in Orlando that is all Super Mario themed restaurant. Like, I would like to go there. It's like I think it's called like Bowser's something.
That's cool.
Google that shit.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull that up.
It's like an Asian fusion restaurant. Like that to me sounds fucking rad too. I just care about like having enough space for everybody and like us being able to hang out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Talk,
like
and it's not like
right. Like I don't want to have
crazy
to
loud
go there
music.
in like a restaurant. Well, I don't care if it's loud. I can scream with the fucking best of them.
Well, yeah.
Especially once you get a couple wobbly pops in me. Oh boy.
If you thought Marcus was loud now, wait till he's.
Or I'm
sipping
going to
on
be so
something.
tired from walking around Disney for those days prior to that I'll just be falling asleep after one beer. Guys, I got to go to bed.
Yeah. You get the tap on the shoulder. Sir, you can't sleep at the bar. You need to leave.
Yes, exactly. But I'm super excited for it. I'm super excited to meet people and just hang out and talk like-minded shit. Because there's not many people where I live that are like-minded to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a cabinet maker by day, nerd by night. There's not many nerds like me around me.
Right.
Anyways.
Not in real life anyways.
Right. Last thing is, did you guys see a fucking Obi-Wan teaser trailer?
Yes.
And can we just say, when they first panned the Tatooine suns, I just got like the chills. And for the record, I just got notified, and then 10 seconds later, I got a Nick text that says, "This is not a drill." And then the next post was the teaser trailer.
Yeah. You got the Star Wars has posted a new video on YouTube. Because I think I got the same thing, clicked it like right away. I was like, but yeah, for me, we don't have to go frame by frame or anything like that through it. But I just want to, for me, spoiler alerts if you don't want to hear about the trailer. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Inquisitors. I thought all the Inquisitors were wicked cool, and you go to spoilers for Jedi Fallen Order. Also, 3, 2, 1 spoilers. You see the like Inquisitor base that you go to at the end of Fallen Order.
Right. And you get to see like Uncle Owen, you get to see Ewan McGregor, you get to see some other Imperials that you don't know yet.
Yeah, and like there's some Inquisitors we've seen before, like the green dude with like that funky flat hat was in Fallen Order and in Rebels. The Grand Inquisitor is in Rebels too. But like the character like that doesn't have a mask, it's a human. There's like a couple of them that are new to us, which is cool.
Yeah, so I'm super looking forward to it. And the whole thing about the narration was talking about a Jedi can't stop being a Jedi. Yeah. It's in their blood. So if we raise hell and we think there's a Jedi there, the Jedi will show itself.
And try to help people.
Will not be able to stay in the shadows, which makes this really intriguing for me. Because maybe the whole thing is that Obi-Wan, no matter what bad shit is going on, Obi-Wan does not get involved.
Yeah, could be.
You know what I mean? And like he fights those demons. Because it's just a mini series of 5 episodes or 6?
Something like that. It's pretty short, yeah. But I think we see Obi-Wan goes to a different planet too. It's like a cityscape, not like Coruscant. It's like I think they said they modeled it after Hong Kong, but it's like it's got a lot of water around it too.
Cool.
Which is cool. And then like that Inquisitor planet is a totally separate planet with lots of water. But like my point being, at some point Obi-Wan leaves Tatooine. So like something happens to make him leave Luke.
Can I put my tinfoil hat out there?
Yeah.
What if Obi-Wan ends the Inquisitors?
Ooh.
He just hunts them all and fucks them up.
He goes to the base and just fucks them all up. Like, fuck you. And then that's when him and Vader fight and it's left in a stalemate and he gets the fuck out of there and Vader can't find him.
Ooh, that would be cool. Because, like, well, let's think about it on the timeline, right? Like, so this show is set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith and 10 years before A New Hope. So, Jedi Fallen Order is set 5 years after Revenge of the Sith. So,
right.
So, like, there's Inquisitors in Fallen Order, and you go to that base, and you do not kill everybody. Obviously. So, like, it could be that Obi-Wan ends up going and finishing the Inquisitors.
Or does he meet Cal Kestis?
Yeah.
He could. That was where I was going to. Does Cal show up in this? Because Cal Kestis would be cool. And his actor that did the mocap and is modeling and voice acting is really a good actor in real life too. So you can get that actor to just play him in the show.
Right. He played Joker in Gotham.
He played
Gotham
a character
on
in
TV.
Shameless too.
Yeah, he was really good as the young Joker, like the teenager Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He was really
really good playing like a completely different type of character in Shameless too. But yeah, I forgot that guy's name, but he's an awesome actor. And what else? There's also a theory, a tinfoil hatitude theory. We might see baby Leia or like little kid Leia in this too, because like supposedly her dad is supposed to be cast in it, and it would make sense if like Obi-Wan's motivation to leave is he goes to do something with Leia. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna let Dorito talk in a second, but all I'm gonna say is I believe we are going to see everybody possible in this
show
that is involved from back then.
Yeah.
I think they're going to just come out with all the stops. It's going to be like The Mandalorian when we saw Grogu for the first time, or IG-11, but it really in our world, it was IG-88.
Yeah.
Like all of those things I think we're going to get in the newest show.
Yeah. I hope so. I like all the callbacks, all the new characters.
Right. What do you think, Doritos?
I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'm interested to see where they take his inner conflict, because even in that opening scene, when he puts the binoculars down, you can tell he's got some sort of inner conflict going on about to be involved, not to be involved, and on the train.
Right.
I'm interested to see how they work Vader in, because you can hear his rebreather at the end credits.
Yeah, you never see him in the trailer.
So it's like, how does that work in? And they can still keep it all canon and not mess with the New Hope lightsaber battle between Vader and Obi-Wan with the phrases that are uttered.
Yeah, it's just something the effect of like, I haven't seen. Last time I saw you,
right.
I was a student, you were the master, or something like that. Which means it would have been on Mustafar when they last fought in Revenge of the Sith.
Right, but so it says they'll be in and or at the same places, but not at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think they fight each other.
No,
I think Vader's chasing him, or it's just a whisper, and it's after the Inquisitors get destroyed.
I don't know,
because there's no Inquisitors in
A New Hope.
Like they're not even mentioned. So like, and I'm not saying that they couldn't be. I'm saying that Obi-Wan's going to destroy them all, give him his time of like, yeah, I'm still badass, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do believe this is going to be nostalgia town for all of us. Ewan McGregor is going to do great. Like, it's going to be fucking magical.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a show that you have to watch every episode on the 86.
Yeah, on the 86 in Stage V in my dad's basement.
Yes.
In the basement theater.
Right, exactly. Like, this is, I don't know. I'm super excited. Oh, last thing before we go. Did you guys see The Batman?
No, but I'm going like this weekend. I almost went yesterday.
You have not yet?
No.
Okay, I'm calling it now. Up till this movie, Heath Ledger was the best villain ever in all of the Batmans until this episode, until this movie. The Riddler, I always liked the Riddler's villainness, but this Riddler is scary as fuck. And like, I don't want to say, like, they did a really good job with making Mr. Twilight Batman. They played to his strengths because he's like emo Batman.
Oh, Robert Pattinson, you mean?
Yeah.
Whatever that guy's name is.
I thought when you said Mr.
Cedric
Twilight.
Diggory?
Cedric Diggory. Wow, I forgot about that too. Yes.
But anyway, he did an amazing job playing his role. And I think shout out to the director and whoever wrote it. They wrote it in a way to complement that guy's emo-ness. or like his talents. They didn't try to change who he was. Like the Christian Bale Batman had that Christian Bale like feel to him. He did a great job. But like Ben Affleck, that guy is not Batman. Like they were like
a totally different character.
Yeah, they were like, we cast somebody else in at the 11th hour. They canceled, so you had to call in the backup.
Right.
Who can we get? Who's desperate? Oh, call Ben Affleck. All right.
Yeah. It's interesting, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Doritos, thanks for coming on the show, dude.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.